How are you?
Really good. How are you?
Good. I'm trying to get my laptop fired up, but it's something's acting goofy.
I know I could tell you're on your phone, right? Because your screen is
Yeah.
short. Yeah.
So I'm working on it.
It's all right. This is like a last minute live, anyways. Let me say hi to everybody in the chat. Hello, Velvet, Sheila, Paula, Linda, Ruth Ann, Ellie, Betty, MW, videos, Michelle. Hold on, a little rusty at this. Hold on. MTT, Amber, Barbara, Coco, Shayna, Shauna. All right, good. That was pretty painless. The roll call. I could deal with that. So listen, this show, Orange County, started off so well, and it's really, like, I have to say, like, this Orange County is more interesting than Jersey and Beverly Hills put
I
together.
agree. And it's the first episode I liked. I think they're going to have a phenomenal season.
And I really like what they're doing this season. Like, when they end an episode, they continue it from the beginning of the next. So, like, you see Gina having that fight with Jen at the coffee shop, which was a little crazy. And then that ends the second episode, and the third episode rolls right into Gina leaving. And I like the continuity aspect of that. Like, you don't feel like you miss a beat.
I agree.
They did that in the first episode, like, at Heather's brunch. You see the big fight between Alexis and Shannon, and they kind of leave you with the cliffhanger. And then second episode, it goes right back into it. And I'm like, oh, I like this.
Yeah, I do like, because most times it's like, it looks like it's like 4 hours later or the next day. No,
Right.
It's, like she's still heated. She just left. She's in the parking lot. She's calling her friend and going from there.
Hey, Addie.
Hey, Addie. I can't see anyone in the chat. So if you're saying hi to me, hello.
I'm really enjoying it. So, we're just kind of like gloss over the first 3 episodes, which are all gold in my book. This
100%.
has been the strongest start to any Housewives franchise, I think, ever. Like, they're keeping the momentum going. Like, when Jersey started, the first episode was amazing. And then, it kind of fizzled out. And by the way, guys, this is going to be a short live because at 8 o'clock, you have the season finale of Jersey, by the way.
Oh, I didn't realize it was the finale.
They cut this season short. It's only a 12-episode season for Jersey. So tonight is the last episode. And there's not even a reunion because of
whatever happens tonight.
Right. So tonight on Jersey is going to be like the episode of all episodes. So I don't want to keep this going past that. And also at 8 o'clock, you have the 90-day tell-all, which also should be interesting. And I heard a lot from Angela about what went down on the tell-all. So I think we might have to cover it. Hey, Anna. Yeah. So you have that at 8. You have Jersey at 8 o'clock, and you have 90-day at 8 o'clock. So this is going to be a short live. It will end it before 8, but I really wanted to talk about OC because I love it. So, Wicked, what do you think about Alexis and Shannon?
First, it's an interesting dynamic, and it is kind of single white female.
Single white female.
She adopted, a lab or a golden or whatever it is.
Well, when Tamara was like, when they were showing that scene, I'm like, it was Tamara, I think Jen and Alexis maybe. And Alexis rolls up with like Archie, and Tamara's like, dang, did you have to steal Archie from Shannon
exactly.
too? I mean, let's talk about the single white femaleness between Alexis and Shannon. Okay. And I've never been a fan of Alexis, like Jesus Jugs. I didn't care for her when she was on the show like years ago, and I don't care for her now, especially now.
Right.
I don't. Hey, Bianca, I don't care for Alexis. And I can't believe they brought her back, but they brought her back because she's dating John. When I get back on the show, date Shannon's ex and emulate.
That's true.
Like, I've had my ups and downs with Shannon, but I'll take Shannon over Alexis any day.
Yeah. Just Alexis, the whole, hold on, I'm trying to fix my volume.
And you're frozen, by the way, so you got that working against you.
Okay, sorry. I might have to pop out and then pop back in. Am I still frozen?
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, Jesus Jugs. Didn't care for Jesus Jugs back then. Don't care for Jesus Jugs now.
Yeah, no. It just seems, it's funny because like in the very beginning of any relationship, it's like, they're, humping like bunnies and all that other stuff.
But then they're saying they're screwing 4 times. No one screws 4. Not even in my 20s did I ever, or a teenager. No.
You don't want no part of that.
Does that 4 times a day? What's wrong with you? Never. Exactly. Never. Honestly, anybody in the chat have sex 4 times a day? Like, is that? No. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Like,
maybe like in my 20s, you get twice out of me. Like, and like I need a big gap in between. I got to recharge, man. And you're frozen again, Wicked. Oh, Wicked, you're frozen. You have a good smile on your face, though, so it looks like you're enjoying the conversation. But I couldn't go 4 times a day, not 16, not 26, not 36, not 45. I don't know. And you were supposed to believe that Alexis and John, who's 62, are having sex 4 times a day. Can you hear me, Wicked? Okay, let me drop her down.
All right.
Are you there? Oh, you're back. You're back. You're back. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix my laptop. It's just not working right now. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's kind of driving me nutty, but that's okay.
Right. And like, who talks about it? Like, who brags about having sex like 4 times a day? Like, it's just weird.
And especially given her age, and I'm that is not a diss on her age, but that, it's like, oh my gosh, it would be like me. Oh my gosh, I'm having sex 16 times a day. Like, come on.
You think,
like you're in a relationship.
Bro wants to hear that? Like,
it's like a foregone conclusion. If you're in a relationship and it's new, you're probably having sex.
Yeah, obviously. Like, new relationships, you're fooling around all the time. We get it, right? Like, that's like, but it's weird. Like, she really is. So Alexis now is going to the gym that Shannon's been going to forever.
And the trainer. Shannon
introduced her trainer to John, which then introduced to Alexis. Shannon's been going there for years, and now that's Shannon. That's Alexis's gym and John's. It's weird.
Yeah.
And now we find out that like they got booted from the gym, so I'm kind of happy. The fact that Alexis gets this Archie, I mean, like the same dog. That's weird.
That is super creepy.
She got the blonde one, not the brown.
And has Alexis, like, even when she
was wonder why Shannon's driving into people's houses.
Well, I don't think Alexis had a dog.
She got the same dog.
No wonder why Shannon's so screwed up. She's driving into people's houses. Like, I can't believe. I don't know. Like, I feel bad for Shannon. Like when Shannon when she got the DUI and she literally drove into someone's house. Literally, I was like, oh, Shannon, this is not a good look for you. But not that I'm like giving her an excuse for like DUIing or whatever, but like, I could kind of see why she was, hitting the bottle hard that night, man.
Yeah. Well, I was reading an article, reality blurb, and, Tamara was like, I covered for her a lot. Like, she has lost count the number of times that Shannon has called her, like drunk, just out of her mind, hung up, called her back, scream, yelling, ranting, raving, and then, just repeat.
And Tamara's Tamara. They brought Tamara back on the show because OC was garbage.
Yeah, it needed something.
It was garbage. I mean, when they fired Vicky and Tamara, that was their biggest mistake. We had 2 years of crap, and I'm like, well, OC is just as bad as New York, pretty much. And I'm really, really happy with the cast now. My only suggestion, because I can't stand Jen, she has to go. You know what would make this the perfect cast? I'll tell you. Get rid of Jen and give Kelly back her fucking orange.
I would rather have Bronwyn back.
A lot of people don't like Kelly, but Kelly was like a force to be reckoned with on this show. And I would much, and then Kelly and Shannon, this isn't my plate. You bitch. Come on, man.
She did make very good TV. I'm not a fan of hers.
I say get rid of
Not
Jen.
even close.
Get rid of Jen. Give Kelly back her orange, and then make Vicky a friend. Because I like Vicky being around. We're going to see Vicky next week. But I mean, I know a lot of people don't like Kelly. I get it. I've always loved Kelly. I can't. She is great TV for me. She just says what's on her mind. I love Kelly. So I think bring Kelly back. Get rid of Jen. Have Vicky as a friend, or give Vicky her orange back too. Because we're going to see Vicky. They always bring Vicky back on the trips because you can't have a trip without Vicky. I love Vicky. And I think you'd have the perfect cast, to be honest with you.
Oh, no. Hold on. I lost you.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, that's a horrible screen now. You're frozen in the worst way. Just saying.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay. Now you're good. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you're full screen. You're on your computer.
No.
Wait, you're full screen.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, you're on your phone.
I just turned my camera sideways. It's still not letting me connect because it's somehow on Do Not Disturb. We'll figure it out. It's all good though.
Gretchen instead of Alexis.
I don't
like Alexis. So I would put Gretchen instead of Alexis. I mean, then you get Slade back at least, right? So there's that dynamic.
Yeah, who else was on there?
Who?
I like the one girl, Lizzie. She was a swimsuit designer. She was from Kentucky.
Wasn't she on for one season?
Yeah. I mean, hell, I'd even take Carlton over.
Oh no, not. Wait, was Carlton the witch?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, Carlton was on Beverly Hills.
Okay, I was trying to think who else. No, anyone but Kelly. No,
or maybe even Lydia. I liked Lydia. Not many people like Lydia either.
Lydia would get just like they would chew her up and eat her alive.
But Lydia, Shannon for some reason was the only person afraid of Lydia. I loved Lydia's hold over Shannon. It was good. But I know a lot of people didn't like Lydia either. I'm good. This season we're going to see Gina coming back, Gina Keogh. We'll see her on an episode. Joe, remember Joe from season 1 and 2?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
She's going to be back. I mean, as a guest, not on any type of recurring, but we're going to see Joe again. Tammy is going to be in an episode.
I don't remember Tammy.
You remember Tammy?
I don't remember Tammy.
These are all the original OGs from back in the day. I'm telling you guys, Kelly's great. I love Kelly. she's such a great.
I could do with her without Kelly.
Kelly's good, Kelly's good, in a Kenya type of way. There's just no. She's quick. She's funny, and
I agree with that.
You know, that's why I like Kelly so much. That's why I like Kenya so much.
Yeah.
Course, well, we're not going to do Kenya in Atlanta anyway,
I mean, they could even like probably transplant Beverly Hills housewife to
like Sutton?
OC.
Like Sutton, who we've seen on Thursday's episode.
Maybe Sutton. They need someone with a little bit of spice and, you know, sass to them.
Well, I'm just happy they got rid of Taylor, because Taylor being a friend to the show last season was just horrific.
True.
I never really cared for Taylor anyways. I thought she was boring on Beverly Hills. I thought she was boring on the girls trip, and she was more than boring as a friend to the show on last season of OC. Taylor,
if you're going to be a friend, you at least need to have some type of dynamic, you know. Right. It's like, pardon me, Jen Fessler. Like, they could easily make Jen Fessler a full-time because she brings stuff.
Oh, not Renna. Oh, God, please, not Linda. No, Linda. No, Renna. No. I used to love Renna in the beginning when she was on Beverly Hills, but then she just turned dark.
Like, Eileen might be good for OC.
Oh, no, Eileen. Sorry. Can't stand Eileen.
Why?
You beast. Eileen was like so like pretentious and like, you know, better than everybody else. Like, you know, I'm a soap opera star and I have 2 Emmys. Like, no, Eileen was boring to me. Didn't care for Eileen. Yeah.
I mean,
she's
but
like, you beast, you know, how dare you? Like, you know, with the pinky up. No, was never a fan of Eileen. You know, if we're talking Beverly Hills, you know, to make it easy, just bring back Kim.
No, I'm trying to
think. They fired Crystal.
Like, even maybe Garcelle.
Garcelle what?
Garcelle to like OC.
No, Garcelle's staying on Beverly Hills.
Well, I know. I'm just thinking of, you know, if I could transplant someone.
No, they transplanted Sutton, so now we have Sutton over here on the OC side. I love Sutton, so I don't mind Sutton.
Like, I also read that with Sutton, her name Meg Tilly?
Yes.
Is joining the cast.
Meg Tilly is going to be a friend of the show now next season on Beverly Hills, which should be interesting.
I mean, to me, that's
no. Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer. I knew it was something Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly, not Meg. Jennifer. Yeah, so that should be interesting next season. We were trying to figure out who do you think who has the most money on this show? Like, obviously Heather's got buco bucks, right?
Do you mean like net worth?
I'm trying to figure out who has more money, Heather Dubrow or Sutton.
Ooh.
Because I'm trying to figure that out. Betty, no, it's fine. Listen, Renna has her good points, but the last few seasons, Renna was on Beverly Hills. She was just a train wreck. Like any likability that I used to have for Renna when she was on, you know, when she started the show, was gone. Because I think Renna, she really didn't have a storyline to keep her on the show as a full timer, so she had to get in everyone's business. And
Sutton and Heather, according to Edge, they're both worth $50 million.
And it was interesting to find out that Gina's ex Matt, how she knew Sutton was because Matt worked for Sutton's ex-husband, who was the president of the mutual fund company that Matt worked for. And, you know, Gina in her confessional said, like, yeah, like, you know, Sutton made off way better in her divorce than I did.
Right.
Sutton did.
Do you think that it's odd that Gina and like, I couldn't understand the whole Gina Travis, he's moving out. Is it so that he can get his divorce settled?
I never saw them working out, to be honest with you.
Because I think that they're still together in real life because they're together professionally, I know.
I just never saw them working out. Like, you know, she was with Matt And then they tried to get back together again. And then to me, Travis was always a rebound. And he looked like Matt, like Gina's got a type. I mean, Matt is very good looking and handsome, like way better than Travis. Matt's high. But she found someone like Matt adjacent, right? Who had some similar features. But to me, that was always a rebound. And that's just my opinion. I love Gina.
So what do you think of the whole Gina not paying the bill? Because I'm totally on Gina's side for this.
I am
because Jen isn't even trying to rearrange her lifestyle.
She's not. Well, Jen's excuse now is that I never had to pay a bill. I didn't know what to do. I never had a credit card in my name. I don't know what electricity means. But
if someone shows you a house, and we're just going to say that the rent is $10,000, and you're working as a yoga instructor, you should understand.
That doesn't pay herself.
Right. She should understand, in the beginning, wasn't she like an anesthetist, or she did?
I think that was the other Jen, maybe, that they fired. Maybe. I don't know. I know she does the yoga. I think the rent that she was paying in this house was $25,000 a month. I think is what the rent was.
Okay, so you should know as a yoga instructor that she gets paid $50 a class is what she said.
But she doesn't pay herself. She said.
Then how are you going to afford $25,000?
Remember, all the partners said, we don't pay ourselves. We want to get this off. So yeah, I don't get it. And Jen keeps saying well, Gina should understand. She moved into a casita, when she fell into hard times. And I can understand it. We were living in a motel. I get what it's like to lose your house and fall on hard times. I understand too.
100%. I mean, there's no judgment, but I mean,
but what you don't do when you're on hard times and you can't afford your rent, and I've been there and Gina's been there, and I guess now Jen, is rent a house that's worth $25,000 a month in rent. That's insane to me. That anybody would pay $25,000 a month in rent, something you'll never own, is insane to me. If you can afford rent that high, buy a house. I don't. What's the problem?
Well, I mean, add into the fact that it's just
if you can afford to pay $25,000 a month, so in 4 months you paid $100,000 in rent. In 8 months you paid $200,000 in rent. In 12 months you paid $300,000 in rent.
Right.
You couldn't take that $300,000 and buy a house with it. Maybe it can't be in Newport Beach. Maybe you have to live in Restiva. I don't know, but
she's still making sure that her hair is done, her nails are done. I'm sure she has glam to a certain extent, but it's come on, man. No one's asking you to move to Reseda or whatever.
Listen, she could move to Reseda, get a beautiful house for the amount of money she's paying in rent, and have the biggest house there. I have to applaud Gina, because when she fell on hard, she was in a casita. She lived in a fucking studio. And she was a housewife. That must have been humiliating for her, right?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Remember when Tinsley I can't stand Tinsley, but whatever. Tinsley had to rent the motel, the hotel in New York because she was stuck without a house too.
Right. Well, so did Bethany did that for a while too.
Oh, and then you have Sonia's townhouse at oh man. But I just don't get why you would want to pay that much in rent. And so she gets Gina to do it for her. And then what does Jen do? She doesn't pay the rent. And then she squats Tamara's face.
She's like, what did you expect for me to do? I expected you to take a look at your finances and determine if $25,000 a month was feasible. Judgment or no judgment. It's kind of like Teresa and this whole prenuptial thing. Teresa was a bonehead for not getting a prenuptial. Jen is a bonehead because she is, Ryan, she's depending on Ryan to get her through her next phase of life. It's like, as Gina said, like, stand up on your own.
And Ryan, like, he's really doing his best to show like he's not some scumbag who like cheats with people's married spouses and stuff like that. Like
Right.
Oh yeah, move into the house and like he don't want all them kids there with her. He don't want them there. He don't want them there. And then like Jen was upside down on her car about to get it repoed, and Ryan takes the debt and flips it, gets a car, and puts her debt into his new car. I mean, I have to say, Ryan's really trying to show like that he cares for Jen and the family, and because last season he got a bad rep, right, for the cheating and all this stuff with Tamara and all that stuff. So this is him trying, this is his redemption season now. Like, oh no, I'm great. I'm here in the long haul. I love Jen. Come into my house. Bring all the kids in.
Right.
Use my dishwasher that I haven't used in 6 years. That's still brand new. Go ahead, dirty it up, and I'm going to take the loan off your car. I'm Jesus. I'm Santa. I'm the greatest guy on earth.
Right, and then we find out later that he, I guess, was money laundering or in some type of pyramid or Ponzi scheme. Which doesn't surprise me. Hey, Coco.
Oh, Jen would never have gotten that house. And like, we're all fully team Gina. I get, I thought Gina was being a bit extra at the sit down at the bagel shop or wherever they had like that, that meeting. I thought Gina was like in her feels, like, Gina's like, she could have toned that down like a skosh, but she had every right to be mad. And especially now that she's like, Gina had lost everything too. And she's now a realtor that's, those houses there, when they sell for like, they got huge giant commissions off that. Yeah. You sell one house, you can live off that for a year.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, it just, I mean, I'm like you, I could never imagine 25,000. I mean, that's like a car. Buy a minivan. Like,
you're buying a car a month. That's insane.
And then, you're keeping up appearances. You're making sure you got your, Range Rover and, all that other good stuff. It's like, at least have the appearance of changing your lifestyle. Get a second job or one really good full-time.
Or get one job that pays.
I wonder what she makes.
She makes 0.00. She makes 0.00 from our yoga studio because she says the owners don't pay. We want the business to keep going. So right. I don't get it. And I certainly don't. I will never understand. I mean, shit, even if I was a millionaire or a billionaire, I could never see spending $25,000 a month on something that you'll never own. Like, that's why I'm so against leasing. I've never leased a car in my life. I'm sorry. I'm not going to pay a car payment every month to something that I'll never own.
Yeah,
I would
agree with that.
A lot of people like leasing. You get a new car every couple of years, and that's all good and well if you like that. For me, I can't. I want it to be mine.
I agree. But I also just read online that she was awarded $4,600 a month in child support and just say $1,800 a month in spousal support. So even with that, she's still not making $25,000 a month in rent payment.
And she shouldn't be using her child support money for rent, or maybe you can because it's your children. I don't know how that works. But let's at $1,800 a month, she could afford to get like a nice little rental.
Oh yeah.
But
also, like, her husband was working in the family business, but now he's not. So do we know we really don't know anything about him. We don't know if he's currently working or where he is in his life.
I just think Jen is like the dead weight dragging this show. And this show is great right now.
Yeah, I don't see where she really added anything this year, and I didn't see anything where she really added last year.
No, she's going to be the punching bag for everybody this year. I mean, she was Tamara's punching bag last season because of all like the rumors about Ryan cheating on her and this, that, and the other.
Right.
And that's why I said now this is his redemption season. Oh, move in. I'm a great guy. I love her. I'm here for, I mean, it's so, you could see right through it.
Oh, there is a new show. Bravo is going to have a new show. It's going to have Giselle, Ashley, Luann. There's a fourth one, but basically it's going to be a dating show with them four.
We're supposed to get dating tips from Ashley, whose husband cheats on her all the time, and Giselle.
Right. They're on a quest.
And Luann.
Yeah, they're going to be in a quest to like find them a mate, and it's Giselle, Ashley.
How many affairs did Ashley's husband have on her?
And I forgot who the other one was.
We're talking about Ashley from Potomac, and then Giselle from Potomac.
Right.
And then Luann, because,
right. And then there's a fourth one.
Is it Sonia?
I don't think so.
It's Shannon MW saying.
Yeah. Maybe is it?
When does that start? I can't miss that mess.
It's called, the working title is Love Hotel. And let's see when it's supposed to be starting. Yeah, Shannon is the other one.
Oh, boy.
And filming is scheduled for September in Cabo. And, there's that. Let's see, both Dilliseps and Bryant's have participated in the series with yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I just have to watch. I'm gonna have to watch out for the train wreckiness of it. Hey, Jay Freak.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, Vixie. Yeah, that's gonna be a train wreck. I'll watch it. I'm always good for a good down home train wreck. So how do you feel about like the whole? Okay. I like Emily. Now, when Emily first started, I couldn't stand her. I thought she was the worst. And she's grown on me. When she grew on me, I'll tell you. It was like 2 or 3 seasons back when she was in the sauna and she busted out the turkey sub from Subway. That was when I was like, maybe I should give this girl a second chance. And ever since then, I've loved Emily.
Yeah. I like her. She also has grown on me. I think in some of her confessionals, I think she's trying too hard to be too snarky. And it's not coming off as, like, oh, haha. It's like a lot of her barbs are landing flat. For me, anyway.
My thing with Emily, and I do like Emily, and I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way. And she is a lot skinnier. So are we to believe, and again, I'm just putting this out there, I do like Emily, that she's not on any type of Ozempic or Wegovy or whatever, and that she's really lost all this weight from just going to the gym every day. I don't believe that. I'm sorry.
She initially said, yes, she did Wegovy for a period of time. She also had some lipo. And now, since she's at the weight where she can maintain it, it's now gym work, which
and that's okay. Then that's all right. Then, I just don't like, and we all know that pretty much every Housewives on like either the Wegovy
100%.
or, Dolores was the one that said, yeah, I'm on it. Fuck it. But we all know that. So I can appreciate that. Listen, I took it. It got me down to where I wanted to be. And now I take care of the rest at the gym. That I can.
Right. Yeah.
I can
Now I,
comprehend.
developed healthy
Yeah,
habits. I enjoy
yeah.
working out, all that good
Because
stuff.
I've never been overweight. I've been underweight my whole life, actually. It's tricky because I was always the skinny kid who like was like a toothpick, and I know, I was made fun of for being too skinny, and there are people that are made fun of for being too big.
Right.
Usually it's people who are saying, I'm getting yelled at for being too skinny. Like everyone's like, "Go fuck yourself." But as a guy, as a man, it sucks to be like underweight, and I've been pretty much underweight my whole life. So I
Yeah.
get. I mean, I've never been on the other side of it where I'm overweight. I've been underweight, not overweight, but I can understand like.
Yeah. But with her, like even her bone structure, she is never going to be like a dainty, petite,
Right,
Heather Dubrow or something
right.
like that. It's just not in her structure. But I also think that she looks very good.
No, she
And
looks amazing.
yeah, she 100% looks amazing. And she's very tall. She's like 6 foot. So I think she can probably she carries her weight well. Because she
Yeah,
doesn't look emaciated, she doesn't look unhealthy. She still looks healthy. She's got a shape about her.
right. And
It's
like
not
you
like
said,
she's
she
like
has that shape.
this. It's she does have
She's never going to be like Tamara, right?
exactly.
But no, as long as I just a lot of housewives are saying like oh, I don't take Ozempic, I just work lies. Okay,
Right.
we all know what you're on.
Funny you got that Ozempic. Look about you.
And then we had that whole scene between Emily and Shane, like I've never cared for Shane. I think he's just the worst. Like when Emily and Shane, their earlier seasons, he was horrible to her
Yes.
all the time. And but now it seems like they're both a little bit more even keeled, and they're
But I
both better
also
with each other.
thought that once Shane passed the bar, like Emily started to do more charitable work. And I know like the Innocence Project was one of them. But when he was saying in the clip that, he's still the one taking care of the children and yada, 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 it's like, I thought that she was stepping back from law and practicing so that she can concentrate more on the child rearing and more charitable aspects versus him.
Well, I think that she took a step back from the law because she is a housewife of Orange County, and like, how is she gonna? You can't do both. You just can't. I mean, especially like you see Emily like half naked with a tip popping out, like eating a Subway sandwich in a sauna. Not many people are gonna want. Not that she's a horrible attorney. I'm sure she's a great attorney. I don't know her track record in court or anything like that. But when you're on this show now, like being drunk and acting like a fool, which this is the whole point of the show, right? Like you're out, you're having a good time. It's hard to still be an attorney after that. You know what I mean? Hey, Steven.
Hello.
I mean, like, right? Like, would you want to hire Emily after seeing like some of this? Oh, Wicked, you're sideways and upside down. I don't know what you did.
Oh, pass.
I actually kind of like it. It feels like I'm playing Tetris right now.
Is that better?
There you go.
Okay.
But I would anybody in the chat like after seeing Emily like act out. And this is not a dig at Emily. It just, she's on this show now. And once you've been on the show, it changes everything.
And I agree with that. It's kind of like John Fuda made a comment, like he wasn't aware how scrutinized as a business owner he would be based upon the interaction with the castmates. And I kind of got the impression that if they knew then what they know now, that they would have passed on Jen being on the show.
And that's why so many
Or
of them
Rachel,
like
not Jen.
their own brands, like oh, buy my Skinny Girl margaritas, or what's her name's candles, or whatever else somebody else is pushing. Hey, Detour. But I like Emily. She's really grown on me. Gina, when she started the show, she had just moved from the town right next to me. Like, me and Gina are like the same age and like went to the same high school. So Gina
They
is
both have grown on me. They really, really have. They have a genuine friendship, and I like them together. They kind of not like same level, but like Sonia Luann, where they've got that deep-rooted friendship outside of the show.
Yeah. So I'm really enjoying Emily. And there's not much going on in Emily's home life this season, so I don't know if the healthy thing is going to be like thing between her and Shane. I hope not, because it's BS. What do you think about Lizzie? Is that her name, the new one?
Oh, Katie, I thought.
Oh, sorry. Okay. You said Katie. You're right, Katie. It's Katie Fletcher, a very Catholic name.
There was a Lizzie on the show, though.
Katie Fletcher. That's it. Okay, got it.
I like her. I like that she's like closer to Gina's age. I probably wouldn't tango with Heather Dubrow either. But jury's still out. I don't know if I love her, but I'm open to the possibilities of liking her.
No, I think she's, she kind of. I hold on, give me 1 second. Just talk.
Okay. So anyway, for those of you asking as he comes back, I am finally out of my training class and I'm super duper excited. And I learned a lot about myself, particularly the fact that I was like the TA of the class, particularly that the trainer and I were like gasoline and water. No, not even gasoline and fire. It was just, but it's okay. That's all done. But I wish I could see the comments. I can't. Not liking this. Hold on.
Sorry, I'm coming back. Sorry.
It's okay.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Alrighty.
I think Katie, here I am.
Katie, there you go.
Katie is going, you know what Katie's doing this season? I'm telling you. She pulled a page out of Jackie Goldschneider's book. Remember Jackie's first season, how she went up against Teresa?
Mm-hmm.
And every subsequent season since, with the exception of this one, that's the new girl going for like an OG's head, like, first day in jail, you go for the top dog and you try to dethrone them. That's what, and I like Katie. I mean, from what I've seen, I like her. I think she's fun. I think she's more interesting than Crystal. And
well, that's not hard to be.
Yeah,
interesting than Crystal.
I mean, there's a reason why Crystal got fired. But her going up against Heather. I don't know if you mean to be showing your keyboard. Her going up against Heather is like Jackie going up against Teresa. Like when she was like, "Oh, did you write that book, Miss Merriam-Webster?" Like that stuff. Like that's how I see it in my head, and I'm all for it. Sutton told Katie, "Don't go up against Heather. You're gonna be sorry." But what the thing is, everyone talked about when Heather went to Disneyland. And all of a sudden, this paparazzi just showed up and was taking pictures of her and Terry looking like, happy. I mean, that was contrived, allegedly, right? And I can't wait for next week's episode, man. Thursday can't come quick enough because we're going to see the showdown between Katie and Heather. And then we're going to see Vicky back. And, Vicky just makes things worse in the good way, right? Vicky always just makes things worse in a good way. So this show's so good, it made me come back live. And I'm like, I I'm enjoying it so much. I can't not talk about it.
Yeah, it's good.
It's really, and OC has been in a drought for a long time now, and finally the show's almost back to where like it kind of used to be.
I agree. They're finally they found their secret sauce again.
You know, and having Alexis against Shannon, I mean, that is so shady on Bravo production, but like, you know, it's also great TV. I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
I mean, John breaks up with Shannon, and then like 5 minutes later, he's with Alexis, who is like a younger Timu version of Shannon. I don't know.
Yeah. Because Alexis was on an episode of Below Deck Med. And I thought that she got engaged to the guy that she was dating at the time, which wasn't Johnny, you know, Johnny Jansen.
Right. And I can't believe that like Tamra of all people is hanging out with Alexis when Alexis and like, you know, Shannon's like, you sent the C&D, you're the one who got this going. And I remember that, and Shannon's right. Alexis did start that up. It was Jim, Alexis's husband, that put the lawsuit up against Tamra and Shannon. But you know,
now, do we know when Alexis found out that she was going to be on the show?
I don't know. I could find out, but I'm telling you, it's just so weird that Alexis.
Just because I'm asking about the timing.
Yeah, it seems manufactured to me.
Yeah, it's you definitely see, you know, because, and the one thing that I'm glad that they did do is they brought up Heather's DUI right away.
Heather, bro? Heather, who's DUI? Heather never had a DUI. DeBro?
I mean, Heather, I don't see Heather as that intimidating or, you know.
Oh, Heather can be very intimidating.
Oh, 100% she could be very intimidating, but I just
want to know what she smells like. You know, like I want to, like, you know, like if you're like in her presence, does she smell like money and champagne and roses?
I'm
like
gonna say she's like does old school fragrance. I'm gonna say she's probably like Chanel No. 5.
Does anybody else like wonder like that? Like I do. Like I wonder what they smell like in person. Like, you know, like what kind of like, you know, scent they exude. You know, she must smell like money. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when
true. It's like, yep, but Downey, that's the best I get.
not in Heather's house. Like Heather probably like hires angels from heaven to come down and like fart on her sheets so she smells so good. Like
you know that, you know, like Heather has her sheets ironed. You just know that that's a thing.
Oh, please. I mean, like, okay, Heather's sold, and like I like Heather Dubrow. I'm not dog. I like Heather. I always liked Heather.
Yeah.
You know, I always like fancy pants. I like the big chandelier. Like Heather is me. If I was a rich bitch housewife, I would be Heather with my champagne flute. I would be
Heather because she doesn't put on this pretense that she doesn't have money. I mean, she's like, yeah, we have a chef. You know, of course, you know, like, do I look like I cook? She's a little pretentious, but she's also very aware.
No, she's not a little pretentious. She is the definition of pretentious.
But she also accepts that.
But it suits her, and I'm okay with it. Like, listen, you got more money than God. Like, she sold her house for $55 million, and remember last season, she sold it for $55 million because they wanted to, you know, the kids are getting older and they're going to college, and we don't need such a big space. So they got like the condo in LA, so Heather can like go back into acting again and be closer to the action. Right? That's why they sold the house. Remember last season? And then what happens at the beginning of the season? Heather's like, oh, well, you know what? We needed a bigger house because the condo in LA didn't have enough room for the kids when they're home from school. So we needed to buy another house. Like, come on, Heather. But, you know, also
Heather also likes a project. I mean, she had more or less Chateau, Chateau de Burrow, I can't speak tonight, that had finally like come to, okay, like we got everything done and this is perfect. And they weren't in there, 2 years? And then they moved out.
Let's claim she's one of the producers before she started dating John.
Jay, but no one believes her.
I'm telling you, I don't like Alexis. Jesus Shugs. I look at her face is trash. She was always trashy to me. Like 10 years ago when she was on the, and then I just never cared for her.
Yeah, she's one of the people who she tries to be more pretentious than Heather, but she doesn't have the money to be more pretentious than Heather.
No one can be more pretentious than Heather Dubrow. I'm sorry. I really think she's the richest housewife. It's either her or Sutton. I don't know who's got more money. It's either Sutton.
I Googled it and it said both of them were worth $50 million.
Yeah, but you can never tell with that stuff.
True. I wonder what Terry is worth. Hold on, let's find.
But I'm not sure if of all the housewives, Lisa Vanderpump used to be like the richest housewife.
But I think it's now Bethany.
But they got some serious coin, man.
Let's find out.
She does. I'm with you, Sheila. I don't see anything. I don't see anything redeemable about Alexis. I can't stand her either.
Lisa Vanderpump
again,
is
I'm going to go back to my point. Now, Alexis is a friend. Give Vicky back Alexis' spot. Make Vicky the friend. So take out Alexis, put Vicky in, and then take out Jen and put Kelly Dodd in, and you have the perfect cast of RHOC. Telling you, I know a lot of people don't like Kelly, but Kelly brought it.
She did. Adrian, let's see. Adrian, Heather, and Sutton.
The scene between Kelly Dodd and the stupid and the quiet lady,
and Margaret
and Shannon. That is probably my favorite housewife scene of all time. Love it.
Yeah, that was pretty epic.
That was like the best TV I'd ever seen in my life.
Okay, so here's a fun fact. Sutton, Heather, Margaret, and Adrienne Maloof are all worth $50 million.
I don't think Margaret's worth that much, and she's my buddy. I don't think she is. I love Margaret.
Yeah, you got a lot of people hanging around the $50 million.
Yeah, but Adrienne divorced Paul, didn't she?
Right. I think Lisa's is basically on her own with Ken, because I think like he was the restaurateur, and I think she's now doing more of the day-to-day where he's stepping back.
Maybe MW, but like, wait, were Kelly and Heather even on the show at the same time? They weren't. Were they? Didn't Kelly come on after Heather was off?
Yes, they were.
Was it
because they went to a restaurant that they frequent. It was a Asian restaurant, and like Terry's brother used to love eating there, so they go there every year on his brother's birthday. And
oh yeah, okay, sorry guys, you're right. Ireland. That you should have said Ireland. Never mind. Yeah. You're right. Sorry, 18 seasons of this show and all the other housewives stuff like jumbles in my head. I've also haven't been live in a hot minute, so I'm trying to get my wherewithal back. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'm wrong. You're right. No, I'm with you, Ruth Ann. I think we're in the minority here, though.
Yeah, I could.
Oh well, Kathy Hilton. Yeah, okay, right. Cookles got it. Kathy Hilton probably is the richest. There it is. But is Kathy Hilton even like back on the show again? They brought her back for the reunion, but is Kathy still?
It's funny because I read an article where like Kyle is fuming because Mauricio's got this new girlfriend and he's flaunting it and she doesn't like him. And it's like, what do you think you were doing with Morgan?
Oh,
It's like you can't say, okay, I want this divorce and, we need to move on to go with other people. But when you find that other person, then you're not allowed to, put it on display. Only I'm allowed to do that.
we're running into like Jersey time. I'm sorry, guys. Did we say everything that we needed to say?
Pretty much. It was a good recap.
Hey, Mel. Yeah, so Jersey's on right now. Also, 90 Days on right now with the tell-all.
Okay.
I don't know, like, I kind of don't want to end it but did we cover everything? I don't want to, I know we're running over now.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to.
Yeah, no, we did. We covered everything.
Okay. So let's try this again tomorrow night.
Okay. Cool.
We could
tomorrow
either
we're going Jersey.
I don't know. I think I might watch 90 Day.
Okay.
Maybe we'll cover 90 Day. It's a tell-all, and I actually do have
I'll watch them both, take notes on both, and then we can go from there.
I actually do have a lot of tea for the reunion because that was filmed back in January, or maybe late December, January.
I remember that.
Michael was there, so I know from what Angela's told me. I got some tea on the tell-all, so I'm gonna have to watch 90 Day. And I think Larissa might have gotten married.
Larissa? I know she's got a new boo.
Did you see his dick?
Is he what?
Larissa posted a pic, and I love Larissa. Larissa posted a picture of her and her new man, and like you see the whole outline. Go to Larissa's Instagram.
Okay, I'm gonna have to Google this.
Oh, go do it right now. Everybody go to Larissa's Instagram right now and look and look at like you see like it's just right. It's like right down the leg. It's like wraps around. Like it's impressive.
Definitely is a certain type of man, and it's kind of like geeky, nerdy. Apparently, all have large penises. And hey, you go, girl.
I mean, like, has anybody seen the picture? Like, I was gonna post it, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to be.
I have to look because I saw the picture, but I just didn't pay much attention.
Here, I'll pull it up right now. Hold on, let me see real quick. Hold on. I had to put back my Instagram because I had to DM her. Oh shit. Okay. Please don't ask me for like authentic. Okay. Hold on. I haven't. Okay. I'm Larissa.
Boy, I tell you, I hate not having my laptop connected. I don't know what's wrong. I figure it out.
But I think she might have gotten married. Okay. Yeah. This is obscene. Like, this is really obscene. Hold on. It really is.
Let me get into that.
Okay. Hold on. What is that? Do you see what is what? Come on.
Like, that's making you scream from the room.
Right? What? And like you're gonna tell me you didn't know about this? Can you see my mouse? Like, you're gonna tell me you didn't. This was not like. Come on. What is that? What is that?
Oh, because like on the second picture, you can really see it. Like if you go to the next one where his hand's like right here.
Yeah. Now I'm pregnant. Like, look. Like what? Like, come on, man. How do you not notice that, MPT? How do you not notice that? I mean, like, that's the first thing I saw. Like, what is this?
Yeah, I don't know how I missed it. But I think that was just like, you got to remember, I'm in a training class. So, like, when I'm doing stuff, I'm like, trying to do it in between and, answer questions. And my Teams is blowing up at all times. So, which is all good.
That's just, and I'm happy for her. I've always wished Larissa would find somebody, that loved her. So if this is the guy, then good. But I feel like if you're, I don't know. I mean, like any man with a
He's
dick
definitely cuter than Ericy.
would know that it's hard and showing. I mean, but whatever. Maybe that's his curse where his schlong is so big it always shows. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but if he makes Larissa happy,
that's impressive.
And he's not a crappy guy, then I am happy for Larissa and for him, and I wish them all the best. But I mean,
he definitely, looks wise and build wise, he's definitely between Colt and Eric.
Yeah, he's like the midway.
Out.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He's like half Colt, half Eric. I like that. Well, not Colt in the dick department because we know what we've seen what Colt's
been not Kurt and Colt, but Colt.
No,
his initial season. Colt.
If Larissa wanted to get up there, then she found the right guy because he's got 35 of Colt sticks in those pants right there.
As long as she's
maybe we'll do a separate live about this tomorrow. But listen, Larissa's my buddy. I've always loved her. And if this guy makes her happy, then I'm happy for her. And I will support. I've always supported her, and I will continue to support her. Because Larissa's. I know a lot of people don't like Larissa, but she's had a lot to deal with. So good for her, and I'm happy for her. And don't forget, Larissa will be seen on season 2 of House of Villains, coming back on E Network, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's also a Traitors 3 coming up, and Dolores is maybe on that?
Who? No,
Housewives and Traitors.
Oh yeah, Dorinda's on it now. So Dorinda's going to be a sloppy mess, and I'm here for it. They have to make Dorinda a traitor. They have to. Yeah,
they have to. Ooh, they're going to have some good people. Boston Rob.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And again, TV shows are great right now. And I'm not going to sit here and not talk about it because these are great. And I can't wait. Maybe tomorrow. I know I'm really over time now. It's 10 after. We'll cover 90 Day for the first time in a long time because I have a lot to say about this tell-all. So It would be stupid for me not to cover it. And then on Tuesday night we can cover the Jersey that's on right now.
Okay, sounds cool.
Or the other way around. I don't know. Wait, let me get this.
I'll just watch both of them, take notes on both.
Let me get this guy off my screen. Hold on.
Hopefully my laptop will be fixed by then. Kind of driving me nutty right now.
So I'm going to end this live. It's been fun. And I really wanted to say something real quick to everybody. Real had passed away. And I've been getting a lot of texts about it. And I really didn't want to make any type of statement over it, or because I didn't want my words being manipulated or dissected or whatever. It broke my heart to hear about his passing.
I didn't watch him that often, but he seemed like a pretty cool dude.
It broke my heart. I've known Real for 5 years, and we have certainly had our ups and downs, me and him. But this year, especially, me and him grew very, very close, where we would talk all the time. And I had a very, thank you, Mel. Watch the replay. You're good. I had a very unique relationship with Real, like where we just love to bust each other's chops. And I would go in his lives and make fun of him, and he would go in my lives and make fun of me, but we were buddies. And I've never had that type of relationship with anybody, and it's a relationship I'll probably never have with anybody ever again. So I will miss him dearly. And he was a good guy. His heart was always in the right place. It just, sometimes it didn't pan out the way he wanted to, but he was a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And I will miss him. And he was trying to change his life and doing the food reviews and really trying to just be better. And that's all we can hope to be, just that we can hope to be better. And he was a good guy, and I'm sorry that he's gone.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, definite prayers to his family and loved ones.
And he that's all I want to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely, you never know. So
you
that's
never
why it's
know.
important to make sure that your loved ones know that you love them.
It kind of puts like everything into perspective when, you're here today and you're gone tomorrow.
Right.
And
very much so.
A lot of things that, I don't know. But I'll miss him. He was a good friend and very loyal, and he was my buddy. And I hope, I'm sad that I'll never hear thank you. I used to dog him on that all the time with his super chat. But whatever. I hope that he's at peace, and I wish he was still here. And with that being said, I'm going to end this live. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for a 90-day, I think. And good night, everybody. Go watch. You have either Jersey or 90 Day on right now. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.